Alright, we're working on a Chrysler 300 Limited 2006. We have an EGR problem, and so we're going to replace the EGR valve, and it's about 1.4 hour job, they say. So there's the EGR valve, and I think you can see my socket on the back 8mm bolt there. Just two 8mm bolts and two 10mm bolts hold the EGR valve on. Of course, the electrical connector up there as well, but it looks like just going across the top of the tranny is pretty easy. I have just two extensions and a 1/4-inch ratchet, and it's broken loose. I've already broken loose the 10mm bolts. So all the bolts are loose, so we'll just undo them. I don't know if I did. I can't really show you how to do that in videotape, but put the socket and extension and 8mm socket on there and turn them loose. And do the same with the 10mm bolts for the EGR valve. I probably will unplug it, and then we'll undo the bolts. Push this red tab, push that to the camera left, use a screwdriver, and then you can disconnect the connector. You gotta push it. Can't do it on camera, but I'm gonna push this to the left, and then I can push on the tab and get this off. So here's my new EGR valve. Comes with a new gasket there. Not one on the end. So what you're going to do is lift this up there and just start these bolts by hand. To make sure you start all bolts by hand. Don't just use any impact guns or air ratchets or anything. Start the two bolts here by hand, and then we'll probably reach across the top of the transmission again and start the 8mm bolts. This one in the front right there, you can start that one by hand probably, and get the gasket in there as well. I'll probably attach the gasket to the bolts through the pipe up there. can see the gasket's still on one bolt back there. I don't see any plugged EGR valve, so we're good there. There's the connector with the button pushed over to the left, and we got the connector off. Push that tab down. All right. Got 2 bolts started, I believe. Bless you. Alright, we got that first bolt started on the back of the EGR valve, and now I'm gonna got the two things on the EGR. I just got the one in the back to do. Alright, I was fighting the back 8mm bolt on that pipe up there. I can reach up and reach around and get it. It's not really a problem right there. My problem was I didn't have the EGR valve loose enough still. I told you to keep it loose. It wasn't loose enough, so I was having problems. So I loosened up the bolts a little bit more. So now I have all of my bolts started. So I can just tighten them up, plug the connector in, snap that security feature on there, and then I'll be done. So I'm going to get on the back side, and I think you can see I'm tightening up that 8mm bolt on the back, just reaching across the back of the top of the transmission. gotta tighten up those 2 bolts on the. My light's fading, but 2 bolts. Two bolts. Hook up the EGR valve connector. Hooked up and we're good to go. I hope this helps you out in doing an EGR valve. I'm going to do it this way. I think it's pretty good. Don't have to take the intake off.